In my last video, we made this 3D printed bolt design, and now it's time to create the 3D printed nut that would go with it. And we are working in grams, and we are ready to jump right in. So here we go. The nut shape is a little simpler than the bolt. It's a tier 4 instead of a tier 5. But we're going to do a lot of the same stuff. So we're going to drop this hex shape on. We'll delete this dimension and add a dimension between the flats. And set that to 40. Actually, I want to go back in and I want to drop in the center hole that goes in here. It's listed as 21. If you'll recall, our minor diameter on the bolt was 20, so this will give 1 millimeter or half a millimeter per side of clearance. And we're going to set the overall height to 18. Okay. All right, let's jump right into the helix, and then we'll come back to all of the chamfers and rounds. So we're going to do a helical sweep on the front plane, and we're going to define it again on the front plane. I want to use that clip model option. Love that option. And jumping in here, I get my axis of revolution. So again, center line from the datum group. If you hover over, confirm that that's your axis of revolution. My helical shape is going to be out here. So the diameter of my helix is 26.8. Right? And the height is here, 22. Okay. So we go a little bit taller than we need to just to make sure we can get a full extra revolution. So we have a pitch of 5. This height is 18. Now the chamfers do help. Normally I would take the overall height and I would add the pitch at the top. So instead of 22, I would have done 23 just to make sure we get a full. And you know what? I'm going to do it. We're going to set it to 23. But as I said, the chamfers make it so that you don't have a full thread you have to deal with. Okay. So that is our sweep profile. And we're going to click on sketch to get our cross section. And this is going to be, you can see the 26.8 here is the small end of this trapezoid. So I'm going to go like this. And we'll zoom in. I do love that clip model. Let's turn that back on. Okay. And so this dimension here becomes 1.8. The two sides of that trapezoidal thread shape are equal. The angle between them is 50. And it looks like the bottom of our tooth is 4.9. And what I'm noticing here, this is going to make it so that we don't, I think we'll be okay without this. This is going to make it so that I'd have to clear out this hole after. I think what I want to do is get rid of this dimension and make, since I already added that hole, I want to make this stick to here. I think if I extended it out, it'd be fine. I think this is going to work fine because I already made the hole. Okay. And so this is going to be a remove material. And we're going to set it, the pitch is going to be 5. Let's see how we did. All right, that looks pretty good. It's going to look better when we put those chamfers on it. Okay. All right, let's try the chamfer. So the chamfer is going to be a 4 by 45. So I'm going to switch it to angle by D. Set my D to 4. And my references are going to be, let's see here. Some of these corners are going to be better than others. Yeah, that is not what we want. All right. So let's move those chamfers in front of the helical sweep. So 4 by 45. This is a pretty good size chamfer. Hold down Control to get it on both sides. I do want that to be 45 by D. And then we'll add the helical sweep down here. And that helps. All right. And then the last thing we need to do is add the revolved cut. And add an axis of revolution. A couple of ways to think about it. I think I'll do this very similar to what I did on my previous video. We're going to set this diameter to be 40, and we're going to set the angle here to be 30, and we'll remove the material, and we'll take that revolve and we'll mirror it. All right. Looks awesome. Let's see how we did. Let's try 16 grams. We got it. Awesome. So this chamfer definitely has to exist in time before the helical sweep. We get some really funky edges in there, but hopefully we can 3D print this and see that it checks out. The other thing you'll see is that I did change my sweep profile to go the thickness of the entire part plus 1 pitch to get a full rotation above, knowing that it's a removed material cut, right? And so it's not going to remove anything that's not there. Just making sure you're going beyond a single thickness for that helical profile. Okay. All right. Enjoy, and we'll check you soon.